You know those moments where you can feel flooded, completely overwhelmed? For a second, when Nuh alayhi salam tells Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, "Anni maghlubun," you can say that he was perhaps feeling flooded, like we always say in this day and age. But what's interesting is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would then answer his call by sending him a flood. But the point of the flood is not the actual flood, but it's what the flood pulled him to do. And that is to build an ark for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In walking towards the divine and in seeking him, Allah instructs him to build an ark for him that will float under Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's watchful eyes. What does that mean for you and I? That sometimes in order to rescue us from the floods we face in our life, Allah will send us actual floods to force us to build an ark, to force us to find him, to build a connection with him. So when we see what's happening around us as just a flood, we miss out on the opportunity of what it can be doing to us in helping us build for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in fortifying ourselves, in knowing where we're going to begin with. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who sent the flood to Nuh alayhi salam's people. He's the one who removed that flood. And he's the one who allowed Prophet Nuh alayhi salam to build that ark that not just protected him, but protected those that were around him as well, that came and joined him in seeking the divine with him. And that's what we can do for those around us, that instead of seeing the floods as a means of overwhelm, instead if we invited them to help us find our attachment in Allah and only in Allah, and then if we're held by Allah in those moments and He helps us float through what we thought was coming to drown us, then in our holding of Allah, we can also hold others better. But if I myself am not building my ark, if I'm not holding on to Allah, I can never be expected to hold anyone else, because on my own, I have no stability. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one who creates stability. And the more we know that, the more those floods invite us to build for Him, to fortify ourselves in our connection to Him. And that's what I can do for myself, for those around me. The more I anchor myself in Allah, the better I can show up to those around me. So may Allah help us build those arcs, build those connection towards Him and seeking Him. And may we float through that instead of drown through what we thought was coming to drown us. But instead, maybe those floods were not coming to drown us. Maybe they were coming to show us how much and how well Allah can carry us and keep us afloat.